little baby sea turtles, when they come out, they actually sniff the sand, we think, and they somehow remember that smell. And then for 15 years, well, 5 to 10 years, we call them the lost years, because we really don't know what happens to little baby turtles during that period of time. It's guessed that they float around in the ocean. They don't have defenses, so I think they hide, but I'm not sure, so I don't know. But so when they're sexually mature at 15 to 20, then they come back, they mate off the coast of Maui and Hawaii, all the Hawaiian Islands, and then they go right exactly to their spot that they came out on of the sand.
5 or 10 years before that, they come back to that spot.
That spot, yeah, and they were only this big when they remembered it. So it's a miracle of life for sure. And one of the other miracles of life is that Mama Turtle is about 300 pounds, and somehow she manages to push her whole entire body up with these great big flipper strokes. She's so strong, and she'll go for almost sometimes a quarter of a mile into the beach to find a place to lay her eggs, and then she'll dig this gigantic hole, and she's so tired by the end of it. It takes her 6 hours to do the whole thing. And then she'll go back into the sea. And so it's really one of the most magical things.
Have you ever seen that process?
Yeah, I was lucky and saw that when I was in Florida.
Yeah,
and that is
I saw that
beautiful.
I saw that in Costa Rica in the middle of the night, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Yeah, you really feel like you're part of something ancient when you see that, aren't you?
Yeah. So what is it that people need to be aware of as far as some of the impediments that people might consciously or unconsciously be doing that are problematic?
The great question. The thing that I would want most people to be the most important would be don't touch them. Don't touch them at all. Don't swim with them. Don't try to lock onto them. Don't touch them when they're on the beach. That's the most important. Don't touch the nests, the baby nests. Just kind of leave them alone. Let them do their thing. Don't leave trash on the beach or in the water, period. They do not have very strong digestive systems, and it can definitely kill a turtle if it eats a little plastic bag or a cigarette butt or something awful like that. So that's another huge one. And then also, if you have beachfront property, turn your lights off during this whole summer season into the fall, because what happens is they're such tiny little creatures, and it's so primitive that they're thinking that the light is actually the moon, and so they think they're going
toward the sea.
Yeah,
they're going toward the open space. I was reading that they're going toward the open space where the light is.
That's right.
So they can be going toward the street and then get smashed.
We did have 2 female turtles get run over in the last 10 years, and that is absolutely heartbreaking, because that's thousands of baby turtles that'll never be born now.
And a cycle that we're talking about is years to even get to that point and then get...
Yeah. Thank you. That's exactly true.
Yeah.
Once you get a breeding age female, I mean, think of the odds that you just cheated and then to have a car run over it. Oh, that's heartbreaking. So our group, spends this time, especially this time of month, building the fence. We actually did the fence building already, but we strengthen the fence every year to make sure that the turtle cannot cross, because she wants to go to where she finds the sand is perfect, the right temperature, the right consistency, and she doesn't know that there's a road there, or she doesn't, she's just not thinking like that. So she'll go right over the road, and then somebody might, accidentally run her over. And
native grasses, non-native grasses, you were saying that sometimes it creates quite a vivid image that these little things are under the ground, and there's the web that those form, and then they try and use their little bit of energy to get out. But there's, those things. So describe that a little bit more. I guess I already did, but
you did it perfectly.
Yeah.
They are born in an egg this big, and so there's only enough energy to get up out of the sand and go to the ocean, and then from there they have to swim until they can find some sustenance. So that's a lot of stuff that needs to happen from this little tiny egg of energy. And if they have to use all that energy trying to fight through non-native grasses, tend to spread out their root system over the sand from the point where the mama has dug the hole, and then it takes about, anywhere from 40 to 70 days. Grasses can go up over it, and I've seen it, and it's heartbreaking because half of the turtles that we excavate are dead. And this is a critically endangered species. This is the most grotesque waste of life that you could ever imagine when you pull out a little baby turtle and it's dead.
Well,
I'm gonna cry.
you can see how really passionate you are. Where did this passion come from? Where did your passion for turtles begin for you?
It's a good question. I kind of don't know exactly, but I do know that when I lived in Colorado was when I became a shaman. And in Native American tradition, we believe that the whole entire universe is on the back of a turtle floating around the universe. And I just always loved that poetic version of life. I always loved that idea that it started with a seed and that all the animals came, and Mama Turtle is just floating around. And so maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. But I always tell people that once you've had this experience with a baby turtle or with a grown turtle, and this could be me projecting, but it changes you. And you just will do whatever you need to do for the turtles from then on.